UPS, but I was involved in international business development for UPS seriously from 1994 until I retired in 2004. Living overseas, living in London for 2 years, Brussels for 3 years, managing different aspects of UPS's European expansion, and then managing the business development process for UPS while I lived in Brussels. When I returned from Brussels, I managed UPS business development worldwide until I retired in '04. So it was 1994 until '99 in Europe, and then '99 until 2004 when I retired. So it was a little over 10 years.
It is a natural outlet of deciding that I could help support a Canadian product that's not being supported well enough in the U.S. And there was a real good reason to do that, and that's branched out into cooperative agreements with the same Canadian company because we have very similar interests to jointly develop and market our aerial ignition and ground ignition devices, which we are now using that Canadian company's worldwide network of agents and representatives to help sell the things that are made here in Atlanta. Australia is very much like the Southeast U.S. in the fact that they burn a lot of their acreage on purpose to prevent wildfires. So there's tremendous need for the technology in Australia. But as we imported our low distance spring gun for the delayed chemical ignition devices into Australia, we realized that there was a lot of people interested in the gas gun that can shoot a good deal farther was of interest down there, but it turns out it's a firearm under Australian law and would require permitting, etc. They're working, the agents down in Australia for the Canadian company are working right now on trying to get waivers to allow the equipment into Australia.
My experience in international business has been focused really in four main areas. In consulting would be one, and then implementation, training for end-user training, and then trade shows. For consulting, basically what my role is to go to an international prospect and determine what their business needs are and goals are. Once I determine or get those business needs, I determine if we have a solution that will fit those needs and meet those business goals. If there is a fit, then we design and implement our system in their environment. After the system is installed, we go and do some end-user training on our software. And then obviously every once in a while I have to attend trade shows just to show corporate presence and to demonstrate our software to any prospective clients out there.
If I had a piece of advice for anybody that wanted to deal in any market, especially overseas, is to first identify that there's a genuine demand and a need for that product, and it can't be easily copied by the locals because it's certainly going to be something that's going to cost you money to deliver it there and probably pay another level of markup in it because you're going to need somebody locally to wholesale it for you. So it's not just a matter of going overseas and selling, it's ensuring that you have a product that can do that. I think a good example would be McDonald's. McDonald's is now a worldwide company because their product of fast food, their formula works in a lot of different cultures. And that's certainly true of our devices anywhere somebody wants to intentionally start fires in the woods.
My main recommendation for an American company who wants to have some kind of presence overseas is to have that presence, is to either have an office that you're staffing, whether it's people from your home office or whether you staff from that country or those countries that you want a presence, or whether you partner with other companies that can help you get that word out there about your company.
Today there's really lots of opportunities for American companies, and I believe if a company has a good product or service that is good for the American economy, it should be good for the world economy, the world markets. I would recommend that a company starts small because the world's a big place. Find a niche, find a country that they would be most comfortable with. I'd recommend Mexico or Canada because of free trade agreements with both those countries, and go through the nuances of trading. It's not easy, but it's with knowledge it becomes easy. Might be able to find partners in those respective countries, or you can export. They could export the product directly and use a carrier such as UPS or Federal Express as their liaison between the market. You can go direct to customer. You don't need to go to a distributor. So if a company opens up themselves on the web where customers can order directly, it could be a very simple process. Once you get over the trades, the duties and the taxes issue, but it's certainly a doable thing.
I think for students who want to kind of delve into the international business, I think one, you need to learn another language. It really doesn't matter which one it is, but just having that second language makes you a very marketable person. I think the other thing is just knowing and keeping up with the international business and international news that would pertain to whatever field you're in as far as the studying.
Foreign languages would be or could be a help when companies are looking for possible employees. They would look for multilingual. Cultural issues, do an internship, and there's a lot of free internships that might be out there, but if you could find a paid internship, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a large company. Large companies would be a bigger target and maybe a bigger opportunity, but smaller companies that are looking to figure out a way how to get their product to market in the international markets, they may be looking for people that can help them. And along with the student getting the help with international experience, the company would get help with being able to get their hay to market, so to speak.
When you're trying to move a product in a market, and by earlier definition, that product's got to have a demand there, the product knowledge has to be communicated to the customer. You have to understand how it works, why it works, what it does, what it can do for the customer. And that means you need a well-rounded education. It's not all about selling. I have never wanted to be the guy that could sell a refrigerator to an Eskimo. I'd rather be the guy that invented a good Coleman type stove that could burn whale blubber and never broke. So I really think that any marketing should be product driven.